Hey, what's up you guys? So since it's Valentine's Day, I kind of want to make a list of LGBT anime that you should watch. The first show I want to talk about is Banana Fish. Now, if you don't like darker themes, you may not want to watch Banana Fish, but it's overall a really good show. Banana Fish are the two words Ash's brother has been muttering since he came back from war, and Ash is determined to figure out what they mean. Ash, a gang boss, and Edgy, a photographer, meet and uncover the dark truth of the words. While there is an LGBT romance in the show, which is also in the Crunchyroll Awards, so if you want to vote for that, you can. I'll leave a link below. There is so much more to this show than that. It's a dark show. There's a lot of themes to it that are, if you don't like that kind of stuff, you may not want to watch the show. It has a really good overall plot. There are amazing characters in it. I could go on for a while about it, but it's so underrated. It's really underrated. Even though it's actually kind of popular, it's very underrated. Akuma no Riddle is a death game anime with an all-girls school, except all the girls are racing to kill one classmate, Haru Ichinose. They only get one chance to do so, and if the classmate fails, they get expelled. I can't say this person's name because I'm going to butcher it. Takes a liking to Haru and decides to protect her instead of kill her. This anime I have not seen in a very long time, but obviously since I'm remembering it now, it left an impression. It has a great overall plot, and then the romance added on to that is great, and I just think it's a good show. Number 6 is the story of a dystopian city, and Nezumi and Shion uncovering the story behind it. Number 6 is a pretty popular show, but I'm throwing it on there in case someone has not watched it. Madoka Magica is a magical girl anime with a twist, so you should really watch it till at least episode 3 or 4 because it's like Steins Gate, where at the beginning it's pretty slow and doesn't really hook you until a couple episodes in at least. Steins Gate, it takes you a little bit longer, but it doesn't hook you until a couple of episodes in, and if you get that far in, you probably will like it. Madoka and Sayaka's lives are changed when they meet Kyubi and Homura. They are given the proposition, if you become a magical girl, I'll grant you any one wish. As Kyubi urges them to accept, Homura warns them they should decline. What will they do? This show has an amazing overall concept to it, and once you get to the end, it just has... I was about to make a comment, but it would spoil, like, the whole thing. Yeah, if you are the 1% of people who have not already seen this show, Yuri on Ice is the story of a skater, Yuri Katsuki, and his coach, Viktor Nikirov. The story starts with Yuri losing the Grand Prix final, and we watch as Viktor helps Yuri get his confidence back. I'm actually making a full review of this show, but I am adding it onto this list because it's actually a great LGBT anime. A lot of people say Yuri and Viktor are cliche, and like, the thing is, with LGBT couples, and Yuri and yaoi, and whatever you want to call it, we kind of need some cliche stuff, because with straight couples we get all the cliche, and so we can be a little bit more picky and say, yeah, this is such a cliche ship, move on from it. But with actual canon LGBT couples, it's good to have a couple of cliche things and some stuff where we can look at it and be like, that's a good relationship, it's actually canon, that's great, instead of having really fetishized, really problematic ships as the only LGBT ships in media. I could go on about this, but I don't want to run my mouth. And then the last show I want to talk about is
Modeo Zushi.
It's also called The Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. The show is about Wei Wuxin. He is the Grandmaster who founded the demonic sect. In the beginning of the show, you see him reincarnated into this dude who people don't exactly like that much. You don't see much of that life. It goes back to a flashback of Wei Wuxin's actual life to figure out who he is, but there's a season 2 coming, so you'll figure out that soon. I'm not good at explaining the show, but it's really good, and it's one of my favorites. So, happy Valentine's Day. I'm literally gonna go watch anime for today. Or read. I'm gonna read anime for today. And if you're more of a reader, two great manhwa, I think is how to pronounce that. Hopefully it is, to read right here. Alright, bye.